Hello everyone, Ron Lighthall alongside Terry Spain. We are out here with the Jacksonville Jaguars for their joint practice with the Carolina Panthers. Of course, we are here in the shadows of the construction going on with the Everbank Stadium. We're at the Miller Electric Center, the beautiful practice facility here for the Jaguars. So I want to start out with a big shout out because they are always so generous and their hospitality here is off the charts, Terry.
Yeah, they roll out the red carpet every time we come here, so we own the place now.
That's all for us. Here we are. We're seeing some improvements. We've seen some preseason games already with the Saints, and we've got the Panthers coming up, but this was a joint practice here in anticipation of the upcoming game. Give me a little bit about your assessment on what you're seeing, still the vulnerabilities, but the improvements that were made.
Well, first and foremost, we saw the intensity that was on the field. From the blow of the whistle, they started fighting. So it's a good thing. It's preseason week 2 coming up. A lot of these guys are ready to hit. But the offensive line still looks a little shaky to me, Ron. And, they made some acquisitions today. One of the big
news broke while we were here. So the press gaggle was a buzz with that news.
Exactly. But they still have some work to do on the line. But one of the biggest things that I want to see the Jaguars work on is their running back room. They don't have the big names,
right?
But they need to put it all together.
One of the things that surprised me on the other side of the ball, if you're a Panthers fan, you've got some concerns, man.
You were talking about this the entire, you and a couple guys on the sideline.
We had talked about this, but Bryce Young looked like he was struggling a little bit, with the size of the line, a lot of sidearm, trying to get around, try to get open. That could be a point of concern for potential Panthers fans.
Yeah, but it also shows you the defense. See, the Jacksonville Jaguars defense was in the backfield the entire time as well. So they have a pretty good defense. They're rolling over from last year. But, you're right, though. He was struggling seeing over the line, but that's been a concern his entire life. So he's been able to do some sidearm throws. He's been trying to maneuver. I saw him throw a couple of great passes with people in his face. But we're going to see how long that lasts because he is pretty short out there, but he can't control that now, right?
One of the things is, the attention focused on Travis Hunter. And Travis was out here playing both sides of the ball.
Sure was.
And, he entertained us.
Yeah.
Did a kickoff.
Yeah.
Kicked himself a field goal, which, entertaining the crowd. Did his little dance.
You even got a selfie with him.
I got a selfie with him. We'll put that up on screen. But, what a great guy. The character of these guys is really coming out. But, what we want to do right now is you had a chance to catch up with a young man you have a personal relationship with. It's exciting to see him now at the pro level.
Yeah.
You knew him at the college level when he played for Baylor. So tell us about this young man, and then we'll cut right into the interview.
Yeah, rookie wide receiver Josh Cameron. He's been creating a lot of buzz around here, and I'm excited for this young man. I've been knowing him for about 2 years, and he's a humble guy, but he's ferocious on the field, and he's got that size. You've seen his size. He's pretty good for a wide receiver, and I'm excited to see how they're going to utilize him in this offense because he's going to get some run. He's not going to be one of these rookies that's not going to get any run. He learns the offense fast. Even from the Senior Bowl, these are some of the things that they talked about when they looked at some of his characteristics and some of his playmaking ability, and he's been doing a tremendous job. And you Jaguar fans, you are in for a treat because this young man is definitely going to have his name on TV every time.
We'll go have you check this out because, like I said, what a great young man.
Yeah. Good day, Jaguars fans. I'm Terry Spain. I'm joined by one of your rookie wide receivers, Josh Cameron. Josh, the last time that you and I had an interview, it was at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. How has that process been for you, first going through the Senior Bowl and then now?
Yeah, no, the process has been amazing. I really just kind of getting the opportunity to first step in the Senior Bowl, go against just the greatest of the greats around the entire country, get that experience, get just a little taste of the NFL life, the meetings, the hectic kind of schedule, how can you manage all that? And so getting through that whole process and then getting here, like I said, I felt prepared, going through it already, and then just kind of hitting the ground running when I got here, just every day working on or finding out what I can get better at that day. Just give it my all, focusing on that one thing, and really just taking it day by day. So it's been an awesome process so far.
Yeah.
And I've just been able to make some cool plays out here and just continue to stack days at the end of the day.
So when you got drafted, what were your initial reactions? Because I know that was one of your dreams to get drafted. We talked about that at the Senior Bowl, and just to kind of have that full circle moment. When you were drafted, what was the thoughts going through your head? I know you close with your moms too, so how's that whole process was?
Yeah, no, that process was amazing. I have the little video like on my Instagram and everything, so really just as soon as I kind of answer the phone, or when I pause and I'm like, Mom, the phone's ringing. She's like, boy, answer the phone. When I answered the phone after that, really just all the memories of all the hard work, all the sacrifices everyone that was in that room made for me just to get to that moment. All just kind of hit me at once. And so I just immediately started breaking down with the rest of my family and really just celebrating because ever since I was really 6 years old, that was something I remember saying to my mom, hey, I'm going to make it to NFL one day. I'm going to do all these fun things type deal. And that's always been a dream of mine. So to see that dream come true, it all just kind of hit me all at once for sure.
And you're in a unique situation because you have some really good receivers in your receiving room. How is like Brian Thomas and Hunter, how have they been helping you out through the entire process?
Yeah, no doubt. All the guys have just been a big help. Like I said, you got BT, Trav, you got Parker, and then Jacoby. All guys who have game experience, all guys who played a lot of games here in the NFL, and really just passing on their knowledge to me each and every day. I would say especially Parker, we're locker mates. He's kind of always talking to me every single day about the process and what it means to be a true professional and what it takes, because this is your craft and what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it type deal. And so all the guys have just been open and honest and have really just continued to help develop me, help get me ready, and just really encourage me, letting me know that, yeah, you're here for a reason. You have everything that it takes. Just go be you at the end of the day.
All right, Jaguar fans, you heard it first from me. You all are getting an absolute dynamic player in this young man. I've had an opportunity to be knowing him for a while and get to know his name, Josh Cameron, because you're going to hear a lot on the screen. Thank you.
Again, Terry, you can't talk about somebody's character without seeing that. I mean, you talk about his humble nature.
Yeah.
I mean, the humility that he has. But he knows he has to work to get that position.
Of course.
And, it's going to be exciting to follow him, his career. And, when you endear yourself to a player, as a fan is one thing. But when you start to have a personal relationship and see these guys' developments with a quick text, and follow the career. So, it's an exciting time for these young men that are going to make the cuts.
Yeah. And the thing about it is these young men that are out here, they know that. So they're doing whatever they can to catch the eye of the coach. And not only just the coach here, they may catch the eye of another team. But they're auditioning for some of these young men that are on the line right now. They're actually auditioning for the team that they're playing against as well, because some teams will actually steal you off there and put them in their practice squad. So it's just good to see that these young men are actually giving it their all. They're taking the game seriously. And they know that it's crunch time because they're going to have to start doing some roster cuts, as you mentioned, in the very near future.
So you and I have exciting news to share with our viewers. We're going to be at a number of away games as well, as well as some home games here. So we solidified our away tickets, our hotels, and all are taken care of. So we're excited. I think you and I are going to start off in September. We're going to be on the road in Denver. So we talked about some sweatshirt weather potentially there in the cooler Mile High area of Denver, Colorado, and but we're going to see week 2. We'll be here for the Browns, opening day. And, of course, going out there to Denver, we're going to really start to see what this team is made of.
Yeah, and but the thing about it is they're not even picked to win their division. So I know they take offense to that. We talked about that before because you got the Houston, Texas there, and a lot of the teams in their division have gotten better. So are they going to ride that 13-win game winning streak that they had last year? No one knows. A lot of people think that it was kind of a fluke, and they want to see them do it again. So it's going to be up to them to see what they're going to be able to do. They lost some key players. They lost Etienne, the running back, so they had to replace him.
We saw his brother here today with
the Carolina Panthers.
With the Panthers.
Yes, but so I know they're kind of like solidifying their players and stamping who they want to actually run with the ones and the twos. So it's just an exciting time for football. I love this time of football because I love to see these young men lay it all out on the line and do whatever they need to get the eye of the coaches. Definitely saw the intensity for the Jaguars today. You could tell that it was clearly their home team. The crowds was out there. They were cheering every time a play was made. And so for those who have not had an opportunity to know that the Jaguars are actually coming to Orlando. We don't want to put the two seasons ahead of us, but they are coming. So this is a good time for the Space Coast, the Central Florida, to actually get that excitement because they're looking for those fans to come out to those games as well when they come down to Camping World. So if you have not got a chance to check out the Jaguars, I highly recommend that you do so because they're going to have some preseason games, some home games that are going to be here for you all to come. And the tickets are really fairly priced well. So
they are.
I'm excited about that too. So you can come out here, take your family out here and have a good time.
$5 meal deals that they dropped. And we'll have those links. But, for the Jag Wire, I'm Ron Lighthall. Terry Spain, thanks for joining us right here on Brevard Sports Network. Thank you.